Tim, congratulations on 600 subscribers. Yay, thank you. I know. It took us from 500 to 600. I think it took us 6 or 7 months this time. And most of that, actually, I think 80 of them were from one person posting one of my videos on Reddit, and that's where most of those came from. So that was really cool, actually. And then since this channel started, it's been, I think, 3 years. So 3 years to 600 isn't, I mean, if you don't count the fact that I had another one before this, then it's not terrible. And the other one I had since 2011. So that's the archive channel for those of you that found me through that. Yeah, Kid City. All right. Kid City's getting right to it. How's your diet? What do you focus on? Oh my gosh. Yeah, ever since the surgery, I'm healing well, I promise you. It's the chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia, autoimmune issues. Like, I'm doing as best as I can for what I got, you know? Like, and diet's a huge part of that. I make sure every day to eat a certain amount of calories and a certain amount of vitamin C and a certain amount of protein and a certain amount of fat. That's kind of what I'm basing everything off of right now to heal properly, to not waste muscle. I have a huge issue with wasting muscle. Back in the day, I was a bodybuilder, and I started lifting weights when I was 12, actually. And so that was one of the weirder things that started happening to me with all this, was like I would try and lift weights and the opposite effect would happen. I would lose muscle and I would have these weird issues. So yeah, I'm going to ramble a lot today, guys. Rambling is just going to be my MO today. I apologize ahead of time, but do expect it. Oh man, let's see here. Eucharistodio. I'll just call you Kyle. I can never say that. I want to call you the Eucharist Rodeo. Like, I know it's not what it says, but that's how my brain keeps interpreting it. Like, yeah. The world takes a time to get from A to B. Slow down, it'll help the brain fog. Oh, yeah, the subscriber thing. I don't know if I want to slow down because, okay, guys, here's my issue. Now, I was telling this to Eucharist Rodeo, Kyle, in the comments of the memes. So come on, brain, you can put those words in a sentence. I only have about 15% of people that actually watch the videos and the memes and everything now. Like, and I would calculate that to probably be actually less. That's just the people who casually will look, not the super regulars. The super regulars, I think I want to say there's 40 people that just check in a lot. And I call you guys my super survivors, super fans, whatever my brain decides to say that day. And so here's the reason. And I've actually had a lot of people contact me on Instagram, through my email, I think it's SurvivingFatigue at Gmail, the one I have for you guys to contact me through, and other places like Facebook and stuff. So I've had a lot of people over the years contact me and be like, hey, following what you say, I actually, I'm not going to say they're recovered, because I don't think it's recovered, even if they use that word sometimes. It's more like a lot of them got to a point where they can live a normal life and not keep going downhill, and so they don't need to watch more of my stuff because they're basically they've learned to manage it, which is the best possible outcome. Like, they quit the downhill spiral and they just learn to manage it and they've learned to manage it and live a normal life. And they, sometimes they'll send me stuff saying, I feel so guilty, I don't watch your stuff anymore, but I don't really need to. And it's like, no, that's the goal. Like, but I see what they mean. Like, it also means that's why I have so many subscribers that aren't active. You know what I mean? And even more on my previous channel, like I said, that one still has, I think, 1,300 subscribers on it. And as you can tell, for how long it took us to get to 600 this time, a lot aren't coming over. And yeah, I guess I'm doing a decent job with helping you guys. I wish I could help myself more, but considering what I teach is stuff I wish I had known to not get worse, I guess it makes sense. I wouldn't too, but yeah. Let me get back to the comments here. Mo says, wow, I didn't know you were a bodybuilder. I'm sure you have some cool stories. Oh, yeah. I did a lot of interesting things back in my previous life, as I say it. I was also a belly dancer for a while. Yes, I did belly dance at a restaurant. Let's see. Kyle says, even being in the hospital can be enough to screw with our heads. You know my situation from January. Look what it did with me. Yeah, Kyle, I know you joke like a lot, but I'm still just like so shocked at how strong you are to deal with all that. Like, it's a little different in America because, like, we pay them, they make money off of us. It's not as bad as what I've heard from people in the UK and Europe where it's like the free healthcare. Because not only do you guys have to deal with it, it's worse because they're not getting much out of it. And there's not a lot of incentive, and you guys have to wait freaking forever to get in. I don't know how you do it, man. Along with them just being jerks to you half the time. I don't know how you do it. You are so strong. I would have just gone bonkers by now if it was me. I mean, I got CPTSD from the ones here, you know. Let's see. Sentences only need to be 3 words. So you know what I'm thinking. You are awesome? The brain fog's bad. No, I don't know what you're thinking. Fail. Fail. Oh, no. Fail. NCT Jules. I'll just say Jules from now on. It's been very helpful to send specific videos of yours to my friends when I have a hard time explaining things to them. So thanks for that. Oh, Jules, no problem. Like, that's one thing that when I was able to make those videos about the wheelchairs or about certain things, and I always say send this to your family, it's because I've tried it on friends and family and then had someone else try it before I posted it. Like, I made sure the stuff I said will work for a larger amount of people than normal. The only one I got huge backlash on, I don't know if you guys are been with me long enough to remember. Does anyone remember it's in the archives now. I had that desk, you know, the change my mind desk, and I had I like photoshopped me on it, and it was like, spoon theory's terrible, change my mind or whatever. Ooh, no one, after seeing that thumbnail, no one cared what I said in the video. Oh, they were mad. I had to that was what made me make the archive, actually, was just how mad people were about that video. People embrace that. The spoon theory, man, that's like a security blanket or something with some spoonies. Like, oh man, that was a bad idea of mine. Whew. Works with regular people, but with spoonies. William Wolski. Wowzers. Oh, hey, Cap. I look a little disheveled today. It's not been a good day. But I'm so excited to, like, do this. It doesn't matter. Like, the joy factor, I call it. There's a joy factor in everything. Amy Whitaker, been bedridden for 7 years. I'm slowly getting better by honoring my nervous system for once in my life. Oh my gosh, Amy, isn't that the freaking hardest part of it all? Like, just, yeah, like you said, honoring, perfect word too. Honoring your body, honoring your nervous system and what it wants and needs. You'd think it'd be common sense for survival, but man, do we have a hard time with it. So, you're doing great. Awesome. I'm so proud of you for doing better and having, like, you can tell you're getting better, even if it's in little increments. Success is success. I love it. Let's see. Excuse me for sniffling. I'm like, how do I hide it from the microphone? Oh, I know. There. Cap says, the more you know. All right, so yeah, again, for anyone coming in late, there is like a pretty big delay. I think a minute and a half. So a minute to a minute and a half. So when you type something out, just give me a minute to see it and respond to it because there's that big delay. All right, I think I caught up so far. So the next thing I'm going to go to, feel free to keep writing questions, comments, whatever, is... Did I already hint to you guys we were going to do the indoor-outdoor field trip after this? Outdoor-indoor? My brain still can't handle that. It's going to be really cool. Again, not a roller coaster this time. The lights, the noises I couldn't handle. It's going to be a short little museum trip with something relating to a movie I think is from probably all of our childhoods, at least if you grew up in America. So yeah. I think you guys will like it. It's just interesting. I guess I'll talk about... I'll check the comments and then I'll talk about healing from my surgery because I know a couple of you guys are curious about that. What did I mean by that? Naps are evil short. Lol. I have no idea what I meant that to be. Okay. Okay. Oh, before I get into like the surgery thing, remind me if I forget. Tim Flames, just want to say thanks. I'm a newbie in this world. I found your videos so helped in adjusting and accepting my situation. Aw, Tim, I'm so proud to have you with us. Like, accepting your situation, adjusting, these things are what are going to keep you from like downward spiraling to the point of like what I call there's a thing where, and I haven't done a video on this because I haven't really been sure how to fully articulate it without studies to back it up or anything. You know me, and I like my sources. Through everything, you're in this horrible place and you think it can never get any worse. So you start doing things, right? You don't respect yourself. Then you hit what I call the point of no return and you get worse and you will never get back to that previous, what you thought was worse. Like you're permanently in this next thing. And then you think that again and it does keep happening. Like, yes, it can always get worse. As many of us who've like gone downhill can vouch for. So being able to use my videos, learn from them, accept that you need to stop, slow down, realize what you're going through. You don't realize how far ahead you are from most of us. Like there's even other survivors in the group that are really just, it's hard when there's like the people pleasing and there's the, well, I have to. But, you know, oh, I gotta do this for my job because they need me to work that overtime. Yeah, when you can't work because you suddenly go down, guess what? They're going to replace you either way. Like, no, they don't. It's better to keep yourself here and not, you know, crashing, and never, ever being able to get back. You know what I mean? And I lost my train of thought. So next one, I think I must have hit the comment. We'll see. I'm going to be so embarrassed. I don't think I can replay this and watch this when it's done. Okay, that's where I was. Kyle says, look at where I was. I used to be built like a brick outhouse. Never needed the gym with all the hockey, mountain walking, long distance cycling. I was 120 kilograms, but that was also what got me through. Oh my gosh, yeah. So many of us, everyone thinks we're just lazy or whatever. Like, no, this isn't the people on TikTok that are bed rotting for whatever. Like, most of us, we're athletes. It's, so when they start saying, you're just lazy, you're just fat, you're just, no, like, no, no. It kind of shuts my doctors up when I'm like, you know, I was a dancer and I'd been bodybuilding since I was 12. I don't think I'm afraid of exercise. In fact, that was my happy place. I would give anything to get back to. I shame my doctors. I know. Don't do it until after you've gotten what you want from them for the session. It's not a great idea. Amy, I was 90. Okay, I get this. I was 95% for most of the 7 years, but over the last 6 months, I've gotten about 80%. And most of the time, brain fog isn't too bad. Hey, that's a huge from. I assume you mean 95% bad. And now you're 80% bad. And so that's a huge good increase, decrease, something crease. Especially when you get, like I said, there's points of no return. So that's a pretty big, I would say you're like right at the cusp of that previous point of no return. And I do think you can actually get back, but it's like, you know, for something that took maybe a week or a day to do, it takes years to get past those points of no return back up into that level. So you're doing fantastic, Amy. That's awesome. Mo, don't be embarrassed. You're doing great. So endearing. It's why we love you. I'm glad my awkwardness is endearing. I love it. I embrace myself. I've learned. And I love all you guys. That's awesome. You relate. Yeah. Amy again. I agree with Motivate with Mo. Oh, you guys. So sweet. Kyle. Grief from where we're at medically. Mental stuff, the literal fight to stay alive some days, the grieving over what we'll never be able to do again. Not what we've lost, it's what we can regain. We can't regain. I almost messed that message up. I apologize. I can't. My brain's a little too flabbergasted to think through that, but I know him. He wrote good stuff, you guys. Anna. Hi, Rachel and everyone. I came here to say hi, but I won't be able to be here the whole stream. Oh, hi, Anna. Thanks for stopping by. I'm so excited that you're here. You were able to make it. I think last time you missed it and you were so upset. So that's awesome. So far, I'm just doing Q&A, and then when there's a lapse in the comments, I'm going to go into, like, healing from my surgery. At the end, we're just going to do a little tiny museum tour, outdoor, indoor field trip. So, yeah. And I think I'll put this up so you guys can rewatch it after, like, the last one. Brain fog. All right. I want to thank all of you for being amazing. I'll watch the VOD if it's available later. Aha. And congrats for the landmark. Hope to be here for the next one as well. That's right. You guys keep sharing the memes, sharing the videos. Like I said, almost all of the 100 people were from like within the first 3 months of the year. I forget who it was, shared it on Reddit. And we got like 80 subscribers from them sharing one video. Like, that's so crazy. So it works, you know, if you like the memes, put it on your Facebook. There is a share button, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I got my logo on it. You can even just screenshot it and share it. Doesn't matter. People will find their way over. All right. So for the surgery, now that I've run out of comments, so I had a bunch of severe issues with like endometriosis, MCAS, and a lot of people don't know they kind of combine with the thing. So like the perfumes from my upstairs neighbors were like, I was like fainting and puking every day from the pain. Like it was so bad, especially around the monthly thing. And it was so bad, and it was going on. It took forever because you know how doctors are. They never diagnose anything right that's like autoimmune or weird the first time. They gotta say it's something else, and then this other thing, and none of them are actually what it is. They're just cop-outs. And finally, I go in to talk to this lady, this new doc, and she's like, well, this is obviously endometriosis and this, that, and the other, but there's no way to tell until we cut you open. But I'm like, well, if you're cutting me open, you're just taking it out. Like, I'm not doing that twice. I'm not having you cut me open to look and go, okay. Like, so, yeah, had the whole hysterectomy, had them have to cut, like, things that were fused inside. They had to cut them apart, which was causing a lot of issues with like going to the bathroom because everything was fused and they had to cut them apart. And there was also just, they had to burn off a bunch of endometriosis on like, especially the right wall of my abdomen. You guys, I usually feel better after surgeries because my body has something to fight other than itself. And getting burnt on the inside, ooh, I have never felt a pain like that. Like, you think a burn on the outside hurts. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And then, like, I had to, like, massage everything, which a lot of doctors forget to tell you. But you're supposed to massage the wounds and everything to prevent, what's the word? Healing buildup. You know what I'm talking about. Scar tissue, that's the word. To prevent scar tissue buildup. And also to prevent, for me, things from fusing back together again and causing problems again. So, like, I had to do that every day, is like massaging these areas, and like, oh, that wasn't fun either. So that's what I went through. And now it's more just my reaction to having a surgery and the body healing, I think, is why I'm like still so. But also, all that pain I was in actually took away a lot of the brain fog and other pains I was having, like SI joint pains and things like the back pains, because there was so much adrenaline constantly coursing through my body because of this, just the severe amount of pain I was always in. So now that that's not as intense, there's still some there, but it's not nearly where it was. I haven't fainted or puked since the surgery, but it's still pretty bad every day. But all that other stuff I had before that made it impossible to work like a desk job, because the brain fog was just making me so, I might as well be blackout drunk half the time, like with the weird oopsies I was doing. And I'm back to that. So, like, there are pros, there are cons. I'm very happy not be fainting and puking constantly. This severe back to this brain fog where you literally just can't do basic things is so hard. So hard. And I was a person that liked using my brain before I went down with this. So, frustrating. And that's where I'm at. Like, yeah, after the surgery. You guys have been a huge help, by the way. Like, it either things that didn't get to me and should have, didn't, and then other things were getting to me that shouldn't have, and you helped them not. Did I say that right? You know what I mean, right? Back to you guys. Let's see. Kyle said, once we learn to recognize symptoms, that's a massive step forward. Massive. Then learning that there's more than one way to deal with it. Accepting the grief, those are massive things. We do easily forget that stuff, and that's come out of your experience, and all of us are learning from that. Yes. By the way, guys, I went to like a private school. We learned how to read in like kindergarten, so thank God. Because even with the severe brain fog, like, I can read and comprehend pretty good, but I'm sure you've noticed when it gets past 2 sentences, things get flipped and jumbled, and it's so weird. The brain fog thing is just odd. Amy Whitaker, adhesions. Oh, the scar tissue, yeah. Jules, I'm so glad they were able to help you. Those adhesions are no joke. Seriously, like, and they would try and make you go to physical therapy for it. Like, no, it's not from, like, it was, anyways, you guys know. You guys know. Moses, sorry for all the pain. That sounds miserable. Hugs. Thanks, Mo. Yes, it was. It was really hard. I think I made some really good videos during that time, though. Kyle, clinicians are only focused on their area. This is why I keep yelling to have these MDT meetings so everyone is up to date. Instead, they communicate even less. The smell of burning inside can't be fab. Jules, it helped your SI joint too. Yeah, I had really bad SI joint pain and shooting pains, like down my legs and stuff. And like up my spine sometimes. And because of so much pain in my gut area, especially if there was like any perfumes from like the upstairs people, there's a very specific one or two that made whatever it was just go nuts attacking my gut area or whatever. It made the endometrius attack. And that was so bad that I think it was just the amount of either adrenaline or perhaps, you know how like two pain signals one can prevail or both can block each other out, like conflicting pain signals? I think it was that probably, because it was the same area and only so much signal can get to the brain. So, yeah. Too bad it doesn't take the lesser signal, right? But yeah, that's all back now that the other one was fixed, so. Amy says, everything with the surgery is a major trigger for your sympathetic nervous system. With that running even higher than normal, it has used up huge amounts of energy, as you know. Wishing quick recovery. Oh, thank you, Amy. Yeah, it's been hard. Yeah. The brain, guys, the brain. Combabus. I tell my overzealous wife often, my brain isn't braining right now. Remind me later. Ain't that the truth? Jeez. I think we've all been there a few hundred times. Kyle, when you stress, the fog becomes worse. Is the answer not to use your brain? You know what? There's a reason I made that video about like nostalgic videos, watching nostalgic things where you know every word. It's easier on your brain. You don't have to use it. So there's something to that. There is something to that. Videos of the surgery? No. All that started about 2 or 3 years ago after my appendix surgery is when the endometriosis symptoms just went nuts very suddenly. And like my bladder fusing my cervix must have happened then too, because I very suddenly had those issues that they were like, you just need to go to physical therapy. No, this was sudden. This is not from lack of movement. This is something's wrong. So yeah, that's what the videos I've made in the last couple years are very different from the ones when I first went down real hard and wasn't able to work because the physical ineptability and the brain ineptness. And then I had like 1 or 2 years, 2 years I think, before my appendix burst, and then that caused issues that made the endometriosis or made it flare up, because I never really had issues before that. And then, yeah. I don't know if I'm speaking English right now, but you know. Not videos of the surgery. Courtney loves reading. Hi, have you ever tried using the screen reader software? It verbalizes text on screen. I have issues with AI voices. They bother me. I don't know about you guys, but it's like something about especially the women's voices. The AI ones, they're kind of like nails on a chalkboard to me. I'm not sure why. I do like one, like it's a Chinese guy voice, because one of my favorite shorts guys shows his life in China, and he used to use that to speak for him. And I didn't mind that one. That one was kind of soothing. But yeah, the AI readers are hard for me just because it's like, I don't want to hear this. I'm weird though. Hey Monique, hi. There is a delay. There's like a minute and a half delay. Just be forewarned. I'm slow, but I'm not quite that slow. Okay. Courtney, when I have brain fog, processing things audibly is easier. I was just thinking about this the other day. I'm a learn by doing person. So there's learn by seeing, learn by hearing, and learn by doing. We're the most annoying people to teach. Is the learn by doing people. I think you're probably a learn by hearing one, like if you like listening to things and learning from them. Yeah. I'm the type where I'm going to pause videos every 5 seconds, and maybe it's the ADD, I don't know, but yeah. Anyways, I gotta hold it up here because for some reason looking down my brain starts wanting to go to sleep. It's very odd. It's like, oh, it's nighttime. Let's see. Amy says, I wish everyone peace and joy. Monique says she's sorry she's late. Don't worry. As long as you're here, that's all that matters. Late schmate. I had to think, was that a swear word? No. Okay. The brain fog has made me say very, very odd things without realizing it. So I'm always triple checking what I'm saying as I'm saying it and after I'm saying it. It's exhausting. Jules, makes sense. I had foot surgery and all my other symptoms got worse because my nervous system and mast cells did not like it. Right? Like, I don't know if that, like, I swear I didn't have the endo issues before that surgery. So I don't know if, like, it caused it somehow. It's really crazy, actually. Let's see. William, they can't get the inflection right, AI. Yeah, AI, it's getting better, but you can always kind of tell. There's a lot of like commercials out now where like they're meant to look real and you can still tell they're fake, but it's getting closer. Kyle, I've got a little badge about my social battery. Maybe we need a badge with a slider to restore or to store brain functionality. Oh, I think he means score. Brain function today. Pathetic to perfect. That'd be interesting. I kind of like that idea. That'd be cool. I should make like a poster in the background for me and I could just like label it every time I do a video or something. That'd be cool if I did like daily videos. That was originally the goal. Yeah, that ain't happening. I'm going to try more. That's one thing I want to get into is these new videos I want to do. I have an idea for it. I do want to run it past you guys because I hate when I try something and it loses people and it's like, I wish you would have just told me. Like, so I'm going to run it by you guys first and I think that'll work. Let's see. Jules, do you get auditory processing issues with your brain fog? Oh, heck yeah. Auditory, the reading everything 8 million times and none of it sticks. When I was, so I had a very physical job before I went down completely. And it was all physical. Well, there's also like an office part of it that's technically not my job, but I could do it. And so to be nice, when I physically couldn't do it anymore, they tried put me in the office. I messed up things so bad. And again, it's like a blackout drunk. You don't even realize you're doing wrong things. There's just a glitch. Like, you don't realize how weird you're doing something that you've done 8 million times. And I was working with patient info in the office, and you don't want to mess up stuff for patients. So, yeah, I got kicked out of there pretty quick, and then they put me back in the physical work because I had enough muscle memory from doing all that for over a decade that I could still do it even if it was pathetically until I literally just went down from pushing myself too much and couldn't even drive home that day. I was like stuck in the street. Like I had to have someone come get me because I had a traveling job where we traveled to nursing homes, assisted livings, prisons, hospitals, and help with certain things. And yeah. When I went down. I haven't been able to drive since. That was 2020. Man, I miss that freedom so much. the worst thing in the world is not being able to have like the freedom of like driving and stuff. But now I don't really leave the house anymore the last 2 years, so it doesn't matter anymore, I guess. But it still, I don't know, still bites. Kyle, I was gonna say a heart to that Audible thing. Teaching made me realize we learn using all our senses, so a change can give the brain a bit of a kick. Sometimes, yeah. Amy, I am viewing my nervous system as a sacred abused puppy that I have adopted and trying to get it to trust me again. Oh, that's a really good analogy. I like that. I might steal that in the future. I'll have to add a little more to it, but I like that. That's a good one. Very accurate. Kyle, until AI can cope with Japanese, ... It's because you're having to process info from so many streams at once and the brain just lets go because it can't check everything. Probably. I'll be honest, I'm not sure. Especially right now with my brain going dirt. Courtney loves reading. I live with vision loss and ME. Ooh. I have used screen reader software for over a decade. The artificial voices leave a lot to be desired in quality. Here's another thing you guys probably didn't know about me is when I first started going down, because what caused me to start going down didn't completely get me down until 2020, but it started in I think 2011. And I just kept having to like step back down the ladder of work and try, at one point I was like, oh, maybe God's making me leave doing this physical job so that, because it sucked, to be at the top of my field in what I was doing and then have to go down the ladder and down the ladder and down the ladder. And finally I was like, well, maybe this is God trying to get me to focus on what I should have been doing instead, which was my passion, which was voiceover. So that's when I went part-time, very little part-time with my job. And then I started doing voiceover stuff. And I actually got signed with one of the better voiceover agencies in Minnesota. But because I was there's a couple things. Basically, I don't know. I did a few audiobooks and the cartoon stuff, like anime and all that's in Texas, and I didn't want to go to Texas. And movie stuff, I think, was in Atlanta, and the big commercial stuff was in New York. And then I got downhill to the point where I couldn't even do voiceover. Like, there's so much control you don't realize is part of that. But yeah, I did voiceover for a few audiobooks and stuff, a couple little cartoon stories also, and a couple, I think I did Bulma for someone's Dragon Ball Z they wanted to be whoever else was in the episode, I guess, and they wanted a girl to do the girl voice, so they had me be Bulma. But yeah, it's another weird part of one of my previous lives, as I call it. I don't know. I kept hoping, I always keep hoping there's a reason for all this with me. And over the years, I've realized more and more, a lot of it's just my refusal to honor my body and what it's telling me. Yeah. Voiceover takes a lot of energy. It's cool you did a lot of that. Yeah, it was interesting. It was fun. I wish I could have done more of it, but I'm sure there's a lot of you guys who are severe now know now too. Like, there's a point where it's like the mitochondria issue. Like, your voice it'll go hoarse very quickly. I'm sure you guys can hear me getting deeper and hoarser as this goes on. Like, it's the mitochondria thing. As you get more severe, like, there's nothing you can do. There's no amount of training that can fix it. Like, I was also in a choir and singing at that point. Like, I had very strong vocal whatever, but as I got worse, it became impossible to do it to a quality standard. Yeah. I call them previous lives too, right? It feels like it. Like, it feels like a dream. Like, I talk about it and it all sounds like fake, but I'm like, no, I did that. Jeez. Z eccentric. There's a lot of overlap between our symptoms and the symptoms of neurodivergent burnout. It's like a double whammy. Sometimes I don't know which to blame. Blame both. I am of the belief that, because I've been diagnosed by accident, believe it or not. They were trying to see if I had dementia. That's how bad it was when I first went down. I accidentally got diagnosed with ADHD. And I didn't have dementia at least, but yeah. No, it's just the brain fog. But I think that after looking into that, and a lot of those, I do have a lot of those things, and a lot of those things can just cause the mitochondria to overwork, like, and then your stressing can do it too. Like, it does all overlap, I think, is what I'm trying to say. I'm having a hard time saying it. Like, yeah. Amy says, I'm a firm believer that MECFS is a dysregulated nervous system and it eventually causes your body wear out. You can only run a car floored for so long. That's very true. I don't know. The whole thing is a mystery, and I do think it's a lot of things overlapping for most people. I know some people can get it from like a virus, but is it really just from a virus, or is it from like years of bad nutrition compounded with genetics, compounded with then the virus was like this, the straw that broke the camel's back? Like, that's kind of how I think autism is too. I think, yeah, this is a part of it, but so is this, and different people have different mixes to get that same result. And I think ME is kind of similar with that. I think it's a mix of things that kind of, and this is just an end result, and it doesn't have to be the exact same mix for everyone. Otherwise, we would have had a cure years ago. Yeah. Let me see here. I feel like I'm forgetting to say something at this point, but I don't know what it is. I have a checklist. I'll look at that in a minute. Kyle, like, great fun doing voiceovers. Would have done it as a career back in the day if I could, but that's what I meant with the Japanese. There are so many ways to pronounce the same word and meaning, but the inflection, some quite rude. I suppose, like, that works with English too, like, there's a bird called the blue-footed booby. But if you say like, oh, it's a blue-footed booby, it's all about inflection, man. I do have the brain of a 13-year-old boy. I apologize. All right, I'm going to look real quick at my stream topics list here. Talked about that. I have no idea what that means. Talked about that. Oh, the new videos. That's what I was going to talk to you guys about. And that's the last thing I have to talk about other than your Q&A before we do the little field trip. Should have brought water. So the new videos, as you can see, I'm not doing great. I had the heck of a time doing anything with my makeup at all. It turns into a lot of just finger smudge and fake eyelashes and skipping a lot of things. Luckily, I have nice skin naturally, but what was I talking about? Anyways, so I shaved my head, and that should give me enough extra energy. I'm hoping to at least be able to do these videos. I'm going to adjust the videos, and I'm going to run this past you guys. So I'm not going to have fun colors in the background. I'm not going to have the bed cleaned. I'm not going to have, I don't know. The birds I'm going to put in the other room just because they're annoying. They've learned they think it's hilarious to annoy me while I'm filming by screaming only when I talk. It's amazing. So they're definitely going to go somewhere else. I'm going to do less makeup. I didn't even put on my survival of the fatigue thing. Whatever I was wearing is what I'm wearing. And I'm going to sit here and it's going to be closer up. I got like a desk to just lean on, or maybe I'll lean back like this and chill. I don't know. basically, yeah. And then I'm also not going to be as like, I try really hard to like smile and inflect and, you know, for these, to get the videos out, if I have to sit and just lean in and be monotone, like, I'm going to try that if you guys are okay with that. I wish I was witty like Daria, like, or had that really nice deep, deep voice. Like, this is the deepest my voice gets right now, being hoarse. But what was I gonna say? Let me turn this thing back on so I can see the chat again. Okay. But yeah, I guess that's the difference. It's not gonna look as nice. It's not gonna. I'm gonna be just sitting here like this, probably talking about what I need to talk about. Oh. I got a tickle in my throat. Anyways, that's what I get for not bringing a water. I had it out there. I forgot it. What was I saying? Anyways, oh. And the style of the videos is going to be different too. I worked really hard before with... my brain's having such a hard time losing my train of thought. So I work really hard with my videos with like studying, having sources to back up what I'm telling you guys. And like I said, I would usually test most of it out before I ever tell you guys to do anything. A lot of it's from my life, but I also want to make sure it works with other people. I just don't want to like spew things that I've done normally that might not work for you. I want to test it on others first and see if it's good advice and not just something that worked for me, because I hate when people do that, you know? And so I'm going to call it real talk. Real talk, whatever is going to be, that's how I'll title these videos. Real talk, and then whatever I'm going to talk about. And it's going to be, I think I'm just going to like, how do I put this without swearing? It's going to be like, I guess I'll just swear, like shooting the shit when it comes to like stuff people don't want to talk about. You know what I mean? Those things in chronic illness with MECFS that it's real talk. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to get real with it. And so I think for like me being exhausted and having a hard time, if I can just sit like this and talk about something that maybe people are uncomfortable hearing, or maybe just people need to hear, and only like just, I can just do my thoughts. I don't have to like read off a script like I usually do and be super careful with what I say. That's my idea. What do you guys think? That's what I was planning on doing. I think it would make life way easier for me to just throw on a wig, throw on some lashes. Don't do all the lights. Don't do those lights. Don't make the bed. Don't, you know, just turn it on and talk about something when my brain is working. So yeah. Do. Your parrots are so cute. Yeah. They're cute, but they're butt heads. Oh my gosh. 100% unfiltered is great. It's great. Jules, your videos have helped me take my symptoms a lot more seriously. I don't know of any other neurodivergent people with MECFS. I'm really grateful you put in all this effort. I think a lot of us actually are neurodivergent, but like me, just never cared to go get a diagnosis or even think about it. Like my younger brother was diagnosed with it, and I thought it was such a cop-out because he was just lazy. And then it turns out all the weird stuff I did was something pretty common with this. Like, I don't know how that never got brought up. But anyways, I think a lot of us have this, especially those of us that are people pleasers tend to, I think, be also pretty neurodivergent. Kyle, the true answer to all of that, as I keep saying, is slow down. If I had to teach all day at the speed you talk now, I'd have no voice by lunch. Well, you know, Yeah, I'm trying to say it before I forget is what it is. Because I don't know if you guys hear me. Uh, like just now even. I'll be in the middle of a sentence and I'll like literally forget what I'm saying. And I've had so much acting training that I can flub through it and not, oops, and most people can't tell. But it's a big problem with me. Like I said, they kicked me out of working at the office, like the easy job. It's And there's a reason my videos are edited like crazy, too. These gaps in me, I'll cut all that out so the whole sentence flows and makes sense, because I know how to speak so that when it's trimmed together, it flows like a regular sentence. Yeah, and I forgot what I was saying again. Kid City 30-year anniversary in February. Oofta. Excuse my Minnesotan, but oofta. Oh my gosh. 30 years of this. I think I'm in, 16 or something? And again, it feels like I've lived like 3 lifetimes. 30 years. Owie. Owie zowie. You're doing great, though. I mean, we talk a fair amount. I think you're doing really good. It's for something so hard to live with. You've been living with it so long. You're like the Super Saiyan of MECFSers. Like, you're the super one of us. Mo says, you have such a great, sorry. You have such great info to share that's so helpful to the community. And everyone here is so sweet and accepting. If you need to film in a more casual way, I'm sure we will still love it. Oh, Mo. It's true, you guys, my top people that are always talking to me, like my survivors, I call you, you guys are really accepting of me and all my flaws, and I just love that so much about you guys. Like, yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like, it's so sweet, and I don't know what to say to it. Like, it's so helpful too. I love our little group and how we encourage each other, because it does you get in your own head a lot, and until you talk to others going through the same thing, it's pretty hard to get out of there, and you guys do that for me a lot, and then for each other too. So I love that. Courtney loves reading. What types of low energy activities do you enjoy? I think I'll check the other ones first about the show, the video, about the new style of thing, and then I'll come back to that. Okay. Cal says, what we recommend always comes from experience, and I've always said it might work for you or not. If it doesn't, you've still learned something. What doesn't work is important too. Yes. Jewel says, I like the authenticity. My tongue is not wanting to work now. And I'm great with you using any accommodations to make that work for you. I love it. Courtney loves reading. That's a great idea for new videos. Oh, so you like the real talk idea. Phew. I was a little nervous about it because I've always been overly animated. People always compare me to a cartoon character just because that's how I talk to other people, I guess. It's a people-pleasing thing, even though people don't like it. Don't ask me where I got it from. I've done it since I was a kid. So it's going to be really different for me just talking as though I'm like at home talking to myself and like this, and yeah. Okay. I think that's all the ones about the real talk, so I'm going to go back to something. Oh. Courtney loves reading. What types of low energy activities do you enjoy? Okay. This is going to sound weird because I, again, propose. I can't think of the right word. I think it starts with a P. I show off. I present. That's the P word. I present as functioning better than I actually am. But I actually spend all day, every day in bed. Sometimes I switch out to the couch or this couch right here. And usually in a reclining position because the pain's a lot better with my feet up. So I don't do a lot of activities at all. I rarely leave the house. It's hard to say that, like, I could tell you what I did at each stage of like getting worse and worse, but for me right now, like, if I have the energy, I like trying out a lipstick, or I like playing video games, but even that's once a week at this point. With my friend Cap, who was on here, I like video gaming with him when I can, but they know when I'm getting bad. They're like, okay, Rachel, you're done now. So I have them, I don't want to say trained, but trained to tell me when to get off gaming, because pretty quickly, usually, I run out of whatever it is, brain power, energy, and they have to literally tell me to stop because I can't even figure out that I'm floundering. So I don't know, it's weird. I do things like that. I used to draw, but using my hands has gotten really hard the last few years. And now I even got carpal tunnel, which is just like, they say it's from how I sleep. What? Like, yeah, it's the gift that keeps on giving, I swear. So yeah, I guess if you have a specific energy level you're at, like I said, I had to change it constantly, give up certain things and try new things at every level. Ow, my shoulder. So if you have a certain level in mind, let me know. Where are we? Come on, brain, work. Oh, no worries, Monique. The dentist. Talk about a flare-up. Man, I won't go anymore unless I have to. The last couple times I went, they actually wrecked my teeth. 2-3 different dentists wrecked my teeth. Wrecked, including one was an orthodontist that straightened my teeth, even though they were crooked, but they look straighter than they do now when they were crooked. And now they're hitting each other, so they're breaking each other because he lined them up so nice that they hit and break each other. Can't win with these guys. It's all about their money. Yeah, me and Dennis. Dentists. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, thanks, Z Eccentric. I just said that out loud and I get it now. Z Eccentric. I like it. Oof. Yeah, more about getting the teeth filled was horrible. I bet. Last time I went into the dentist, they filled the 2 back teeth for cavities I supposedly had. The fillings both fell out within a few days. And they look in there and they go, oh, well, it's because of how your teeth are eating. There's nothing we can do. So they left them out, and it's been that way ever since. Yay me. And I went to get a couple other opinions, and they don't like getting in each other's way for some reason. I don't know. Doctors and dentists. Dentists are worse, though. Maybe you can do the chat bit and have someone in the video at certain points to comment and give another point of view. Oh, yeah, I've thought of that. I thought about doing it live like this, the real talk. And I thought about I've tried actually a couple times. I've contacted 2 or 3 other chronic illness MECFS people or just chronic illness people on YouTube. At first, they're always like, yeah, we'll do a collaboration. And then they back out. So I don't know what video they see. That's a red flag, but I must have some because I've had it happen a few times now. As far as live goes, kind of like right now where I'm like definitely overdoing it. And I'm like with the video games too, where I just have a hard time stopping when I need to because of some weird people pleasing thing. Like I do it with people physically over too. Like my brain shuts off to my needs. So I have a harder time with that. Especially because I have fun with other people. I used to be such a social creature, so it's hard to give up when you have it. Need my drug, man. Gaming isn't exactly low energy. It depends on which one you do. It's easier, I've found, if you have a bunch of, what's the word? You know, the gaming word for the people that have been doing it a long time and they're really good. If you get with some of them, they can do all the hard work and you're just kind of sitting there. Okay, I'll do that. Yeah, okay. Okay, I'll patch the hole in the ship. Like, it doesn't have to be high energy, you know? Or I really like windrows and like building stuff and just collecting supplies. Eucharist Rodeo. I'm so sorry. I keep doing that, Kyle. He says some days I can do gardening, some days the plants. Isn't that gardening? Other days the electrical stuff. Even catching up on YouTube is valid. Very true. There are days when I can't watch a video because my brain is just like, nope. Nope. Do you have hypermobile EDS2? Sleeping hurts because I bend all weird when I'm asleep. You know, I don't know. When I was younger, I could write on myself. All that stuff people thought was like a weird trick. Bending your thumb down, like, I can't do that anymore. Like, but I've also been bedridden mostly for a few years now. Like I said, I went down in 2020. So I don't know how much of it is just because like the fascia tightens up and you get stiffer, but I'm like more flexible than most people as I've been like this for years. So I don't know. My shoulder used to pop out all the time. I'm sure you guys heard it earlier, click out. So I don't know. Like I have a lot of the signs, but I technically couldn't get diagnosed for it now based on not making it as like the thumb thing or like whatever, like not going as far as it should. Like I think they want you to be able to like bend it more than this but it doesn't matter that, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to finish up pretty quick here, guys, I think. But I'd love to keep chatting. I'm just physically getting to the point where I'm not able to. Let's see. Where was I? Yeah. Teeth. It feels impossible to have two chronically ill people not flaring at the same time. You probably didn't do anything wrong. My brain is not braining, guys. You need a like-mind thought person. There are good examples out there. Courtney says, I like to knit and crochet, but I'm sometimes too tired to do those activities. At those times, I should just rest, yet I still feel restless. Oh, that was the worst. I remember when I had to give up sewing, because using my arms for whatever reason hurts. Like, especially if they're around heart level or above, it hurts. The doctors never figured it out. I've had all the spine looksies, nothing. Nothing every time, multiple times. Oh yeah, giving up sewing. I don't remember what I was saying now. Doggone it. Oh well. As my Nana says, the thought must not have been important. And as I say, because I'm not as classy, well, it just pooped out of my head. Oh well. Right out the ear. Again, guys, I'm like a 13-year-old boy in my head. What can I say? I should say 13-year-old boy from the 90s or 80s. Not nowadays. Those kids are weird now. Like, they're way too adult. They missed all the fun in their life. I never wanted to grow up. Never, never. Can you tell? Even Pac-Man used to drive me crazy shouting at the screen. Jeez. Man, I remember going to the burger joint and playing Pac-Man. Yeah, the old burger joint. That was back when the Cokes had syrup, and I'm like, not that automatic. Like, oh, it was good stuff. Especially the cherry Cokes with grenadine. Monique, currently I have long COVID. Oh, I have, my brain thought you meant just COVID. I think I got long COVID too, although they refused to diagnose me because I didn't have continued breathing issues, but that's not a necessity, so my doctors are really picky though. Like here in Minnesota, they're very, like I have all the symptoms for POTS and they acknowledge that, but they also won't diagnose me because they only, in the whole system, they only had one doctor that diagnosed it and he retired last year, so, or 2 years. Whenever I asked to be diagnosed, he had retired earlier in the year. And I guess they hadn't replaced him, so it's like, oh well. I don't know where I was going with that, but Monique, long COVID is difficult. It's a lot like MECFS, and I know what it's like to have it on top of MECFS. You can do it. You're at a level where I think you're not quite at the point of no return yet. Like, I think you can do it. You're doing good. You've been doing good. You're going through things like the dentist, though. It's going to be hard. Just expect it and consider it your cross to bear. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get through it. You're going to do good. That comment was about collaborating on YouTube. Oh. It's impossible to have two chronically ill people not flaring at the same time. Oh, about the people I tried collaborating with. No, they just ducked out. They went from being fully ready to do it and we picked a date to, yeah, I changed my mind. And never would tell me why. Like, it's very odd. I just assume I have a video out there where people think I'm like, you know, like I said, there's some people post on Reddit, so I made a lurker account to go see if I can find when people post about me, and someone recently did, and one thing I noticed was like, someone said I was a religious fanatic, and luckily the person backed me up, but I was like, I try really hard to like only mention it because I want to be there for everyone, and there's religious and there's non-religious, so I don't want to be only one way. But I also don't want to leave out, because like for those of us that are religious, it's a very big part of dealing with something that's a living hell. Like it's a very hard thing mentally to deal with. So I also don't want to never bring it up if it's not pertinent. So, but I don't think I bring it up that much to have someone that looked through my stuff think I was a fanatic. So I don't know. Who knows what people find about me and what they think? I've never understood it. The eccentric. My arms fatigue when I try to brush my teeth, wash my face, so those are rare. Same here. My husband handles my shower because of exertion intolerance. Yeah, the shower chair is amazing, by the way. There's also like shower brushes, for body brushes that are like electric. Huge difference with that. You don't think it'll make that big of a difference? I turned the brush freaking gray the first time I used it. Like, it makes a difference. It really does. Like, so worth it. I talked about it in some videos somewhere. I gotta make a video specifically for like severe MECFS and making baths and shower time easier. Hydrogen peroxide mouthwash too really helps, by the way. With not being able to brush all the time. I had COVID-19 8 times. Now it's long COVID. Yeah, I think I had it 4. Yeah. No bueno, but you know, you can get that kind of stuff, any bad virus. Like I said in the beginning of this, like you were at the dentist, but a lot of people get their MECFS from like a virus. So, um, oh, Kyle, you never had COVID? Or were you never like tested to officially have it? I was still working when all that was happening, so I had to test myself every was it every 3 days? It was twice a week, I think. And then if I had to go to certain facilities, I had to do it again. We had to test nonstop. And half the tests were like false positives or false negatives. It was really weird. It was not a fun time. And all the PPE we had to wear and figure out where we could get them from. And yeah. We need to forget those times. Those times deserve to be, well, maybe they shouldn't be forgotten because, like, we need to learn from that too. But I don't know. Anyways, I don't want to talk about it. Bad. There are over 100 scriptures in the Bible. God's healing. Yeah. There's also a lot of scriptures of just like, excuse my French, dealing with shit too. Like, and that's the I'm at the point in my life now where those are the more comforting scriptures, because before it was like I felt like I was doing something wrong for not having been healed. But then the more you like actually read the whole Bible cover to cover, which I've done every year since I was 16, but I didn't really start paying attention to it until maybe when I was like 25 or something. But there's a lot of suffering in there that doesn't get fixed. A lot of people talk about Job. I think Jose is the best example. Sometimes your life has to suffer to prove God's point. Like, we don't know what that point is. He was lucky enough at least to know what it was or be explained after the fact. But yeah. So yeah, those comfort me the most now, oddly. Many of us need to take a step back sometimes and realize that we do have multiple conditions, all connected. Medicine likes to put things in neat little boxes, and our bodies just don't work that way. True. Mm-hmm. I haven't heard of the electric body brush. Oh, one of my Amazon, I just remembered, it's in one of the Amazon videos I did. I did 2 or 3 videos with like, hey, these Amazon gadgets are really good for MECFS. I have a couple bathroom things in one of them. I don't remember which one. But again, like in the future, I've been wanting to do specifically bathroom hacks, whatever. And that'll be in there. But I do talk about it and show it and have a link to it on Amazon where I get nothing from the link. So if you just want to search the name of it, that works too. But yeah, that's in one of those Amazon videos I did. That thing about healing, I learned early on in my ministry career. There's yes, no, not yet, and not in the way you expect. In some ways, that gives us a different level of understanding. It was, the COVID test can only be in a hospital. And the COVID test can only be done in the hospital at that time, hence it never appeared in my notes. Got it. It doesn't matter. I had actual, like I said, I got tested all the time. I had sheets saying I had it when I had it. Doctors never put it in my chart when I showed it to them. They didn't care. Do you think you might make a book about your journey with MECFS? You know, I've had a lot of people ask me to do that. The problem is my trigger, my straw that broke the camel's back, for MECFS, because I've learned since I grew up with fibromyalgia. So I was already dealing with those issues. Then the thing that shall not be named caused my MECFS. So I had one on top of the other, which is already different than most people, which is why a lot of my advice helps a lot of people actually get better when they're able to take it. Like, because they're not starting with quite the load I had. So my tricks seem to work a lot. Oh, sorry, Monique. I explained at the beginning of this. You can rewatch it later, but I've had quite a few people comment that they don't watch the stuff anymore, even though they want to support me, but they've gotten their life to a point where they're either recovered or like just living normally with pacing and everything, and they don't need them. So I talked about that way at the beginning. That's what I was just referencing. But yeah, as far as a book, like my journey's so different from everyone else's. Because I learned to listen to my body early with the fibromyalgia, and then I start, bodybuilding at age 12. You really learn to like pay attention to each single muscle in your body and how it functions, and having like proper structure, form. My brain is not working. Well, anyways, you can lift a lot heavier weight when you have the proper form, even if you have a lot less strength, and that's why I'm still able to do some things now that I probably shouldn't be able to do, but it's like a trick. And so I have a more mind-body connection. I was able to figure more things out, and I'd already been dealing with some stuff that I thought was normal that wasn't from the fibromyalgia. Then I get the MECFS on top of that, and I had to take away. And then the long COVID hit me, and that put me down for good. And all these other new diagnoses have come since then that are also bad, but I don't know how related they are other than my autoimmune going haywire. I just don't know how that would help people, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, my situation is so odd. And what caused the MECFS is so not confrontational. What's the word? People get angry when they hear about it. People turn off instantly when they hear about it. People judge you instantly when they hear about it. And so I would have to mention that too, which is a problem because it causes a lot of judgment. Like, it's just, I'd love to write a book and help people. Actually, if I can ever get a sponsor or whatever you call it. Oop. I didn't save it. I have a dream. See if I can articulate this. I have a dream. Someday a very rich person will want to help me help others. And so they will help me. My goal is I want to make, based on everything I know, I want to make not a book, but a journal, a workbook kind of a thing to get through different stages of having MECFS or fibromyalgia. You know what I mean? Basically, I'll make it an MECFS book because it's people that have other similar things can find that easier than if it was labeled for other things. But yeah, I think if I had someone rich able to help me fund that, I would really. I've been planning it, and I've been trying to figure out a way to make it easy for when your brain's like this to be able to do it. And I want to have ones for mild, moderate, severe, and super severe with a caretaker. So the caretaker can write in there for you. Versions. So I've got plans for it. And at this point, my brain just can't hold on to thoughts long enough to, like, I got a journal of notes, but I just can't get my brain to function enough to like it's like behind a wall in my mind. I can kind of get the idea, but like the thing that'll make it work is like behind this wall in my head, and it's so dang frustrating. But if I had a rich person, they could have a team that could figure out what I'm trying to say and make it work. And then we could fund it to give it out. I'd like to give it to people for like $1, Because for some reason, if it's free, people don't appreciate free. But if they have to pay any amount, they seem to try harder. So that's what the dollar is about. So yeah. Oh, did I get... There's been a lot of comments since I looked. Oops doodle. Okay, that's where I was, the book. So yeah, I guess I have plans for sort of a book, but I need help. And now that I said it on a live, it'll probably be stolen, but all the fake gurus that try and steal the idea will... I'm sure they'll make money off of it, but it won't be good. What I would do would actually help people. Sorry, I get so mad at some of these channels and how they've grown. They came after my channel, a lot of them too. And like, it makes me so mad. I just want to help people and I'm like suppressed like crazy. So frustrating. See, you have a story in you that people need to hear. Oh, well, like I said, a lot of the things are going to make people run away. And like other people that seem to watch a few of my videos and shun me, whatever the word is for shun, cancel? I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet. I got to be more likable too. Brain function currently 5%. Yeah, sounds about right. People have this habit of being judgmental about our health. They attack us rather than pausing and looking at their own lives, and that's way too scary. Yeah, I don't know what it is. People that are moderate but think they're severe are especially harsh on my channel. They get really mad. Like really, really mad. And I haven't figured out how to bridge that gap yet because I'm also not going to not say what needs to be said, but a lot of them that gets to them. Jules, thanks for answering my questions. I'm fading, need to go. Hope everyone has a lovely rest of their day. Bye, Jules. Yeah, I'm going to be done in a minute here too. I'm going to do the little museum tour right after I read the rest of these comments. Have a good rest of your day and thanks for joining. I appreciate you. Monique. It would validate a lot of people. Yeah, my MECFS was also caused by... Oh. Pray about it. Would you allow me to email you? Yeah, Monique, in all my videos, I have a link, or I have my email for you guys to think. I think it's SurvivingFatigue@gmail.com. I think, yeah, look in the description of any of my videos. It's in there. Contact me here for, I think I put like for email or fan fiction or drawings. I always wanted people to draw pictures of my birds when I first started. No one ever did. Uh-huh. They can't steal what you know and what you have to give. Yeah, they'll just steal the idea of a workbook. So if you see one come out in the next couple months, guys, you know where they stole the idea from. Haley, good to see you too. I'm running out of energy, but I am going to let this be posted as a video. You know what I mean. Thanks, sister. Oh. You say what you feel you need to say. There will always be dissenters. Always. Just ignore them. I know I have such a hard time doing that, but I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I'm getting better. Thanks to you guys especially, I'm getting better. It's not as bad as when I had like no one talking to me a couple years ago. And like, I didn't know if anything was ever working. And the mean people were talking. That was hard. Okay. So... now. Okay. So, I have it all queued up. This is going to be pretty short. I think it's only 4 minutes, maybe. So I didn't want to do a roller coaster this time. So instead, we're going on a little walking tour of the house from the movie A Christmas Story. I thought that would be something more fun that we could do together. Hear that? I like the colors of the house, the retro.
Interactive, so you guys can touch things, pick them up, pose with them. You're gonna start off in this dining room area right behind me first, and then you're gonna start heading into the living room, and then head upstairs, check everything out upstairs, come back down and exit through the kitchen.
That's cool. It's interactive. You can actually touch everything, especially with kids and stuff. You don't have to
Probably the one in the window.
Once they're done in this area, you can start up the kitchen. Head into the living room.
Turn that down a little. Seems loud on my end. You even get the experience of other people being in there, just like a real museum. Oh, there's the Red Rocket BB gun. Do you see it in the corner? The leg lamp. Oh my gosh, my uncle thought that was the funniest thing ever made. Oh, we had plugs like that. Oh my gosh. I love it. Oh, their pictures. Red Rider, The Secret of Wolf Canyon. That'd be so cool. I loved museums. I miss doing stuff like this.
For swearing.
Oh, I can hear something. I can hear her yelling at him.
What a thing to add to an exhibit. Oh, Alice in Wonderland, the Talisman. That's so cool. Invasion of the Space Saucermen. Oh, look at the wallpaper too. Sailboats and lighthouses. That's so cute. The Wizard of Oz. Sorry, kid. Please keep off the bed. The red-hatted baby gun. It must be a real house from back then. Like, it's such a homey
the famous
feel.
bathroom with the bar of soap.
The bar of soap. That soap looked so gross as a kid. You could just taste that perfume.
Here's where he was figuring out the thing.
Oh, yeah. Ovaltine.
Always drink your Ovaltine.
So cool.
I'm trying to figure out how I can.
You could.
Oh, get under there. I wonder if they had the newspapers he put in his pants so he wouldn't get spanked. I love those old sinks and fridges too, like that old style. I grew up in a house built in 1912, so we had some of this. Oh, look at that old icebox fridge. And that stove. Oh, there's a museum across the street. I didn't watch this part. Oh, we didn't film, but we took some pictures. Looks like they filmed me. What? Oh, I'm getting dizzy. Oh, the actual stuff they wore. Anyone else in a Christmassy mood? The 1890s house. Oh, the bib. They made me a rabbit suit just like that for Halloween. I hate it. Oh yeah, plus. The most overacted scene in history. I love that. Yeah. Let me see. If you guys want to know this channel, it is Family, Faith, and Adventures. I just picked them because they didn't have ads, and it was one of the few tours where they weren't narrating the whole thing. Like I said, I have issues with people's voices. I don't know what my problem is. Like, I want to look at the things. If I could, I'd touch them, but instead I gotta like live vicariously through people through the internet. So yeah. Anyways, well, I'm really glad you guys were able to hang out with me and we could celebrate 600 subscribers together. I'll see you again for sure, 700. And if I ever magically recover, I'm going to be doing lives as often as possible. Like I said, it was originally my plan to do lives like a couple times a week, but it just never worked out that way. And it's real hard on me even when I do these, but it's so worth it, and so worth it to celebrate with you guys every 100 subs. So can't wait to see you next time. And I'll see you later. Have a good one.